Hello, what's going on everybody? This is Jay from Maji and Jay, and today what we got here is the review video of the ONDA V919 3G Air. I got this model from the website dhk.com and the seller was iBaby888. This tablet is very similar in appearance to the iPad Air, as we can notice right here from the design. It is a very nice product. I would say that I would recommend this 100%, but like many other Chinese products, it has its pros and cons. But before we go through that, let's go through the physical aspects of this tablet. The first thing we see here in the front is a 9.7 inch. It is a IPS display with a resolution of 2048 by 1536. On the top, we got here a 2 megapixel sensor camera. On the bottom, we have a home button. Then on the left side, you can see that it is plain. You just have the metal frame. On the top, you got the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now, if we open this cover right here, we're going to see that this tablet does support 3G, and that's because we can insert a SIM card and also TF cards up to 128 gigabytes. And then also on this plastic, we can notice that we have some antennas, and some of them are for the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and the other one is for the 3G. This is great because the signal reception on this tablet is actually quite amazing, and we're going to see that in just a moment. On the back here, we had this metallic frame. We can see here the ONDA logo. Then on the bottom, we had the model together with the gigabyte storage. It is a 32 gigabyte model. We can see here it says V919 3G Air, and then we have some Chinese writing in which I cannot read, unfortunately. On the right side, we find here the volume rockers up and down. We also got the power button, and this little hole right here is going to be a reset button in case you guys need to disconnect the battery. Since we cannot open the back, you would just press that little button and it's going to turn off your tablet. And then on the bottom here, we're going to find that we have this design that it is very similar to the iPad, where we're going to find the microphone and also the loudspeaker. Now, I have to be quite honest with you guys, the loudspeaker on this tablet is not so good. I was very disappointed with it. And then also we got here the charging/data port, and have in mind that this tablet is going to support OTG, which means that you guys can connect mice, keyboards, and many other accessories, including remote controls. And now coming here to the front of the tablet, we can see that right now I'm running it on Android KitKat 4.4.4, but this tablet also has the ability to switch operating system. We have Windows 8.1, and I'll be showing you guys that in just a moment. But for right now, we're going to go here into all the toggles that we have available. We can see we have two different drop downs. One of them is for the notifications that we get for Android. This is every time that you guys download an application or receive an update, you're going to see it right here. And then we have all the toggles, which is on the right side. We can see here we have settings. We also got Wi-Fi. We have the service. We can turn it on and off for airplane mode. We also got the battery meter. Now the battery is going to be integrated on this tablet. As we know already, we cannot remove it, and it's going to be 6200 milliamps. Also comes with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of internal storage, but there is a model that comes with 64 gigabytes. Then here we're going to go into settings. As a matter of fact, I clicked the wrong thing. Let's go into settings. Then if you go all the way to the bottom here on about device, we're going to confirm that yes, this is the Android KitKat 4.4.4. This is the latest for KitKat before Lollipop, and as we can see guys, it is legit. I have also tested it by downloading some applications. Here we're going to see this app. It is called, let me see if I have it somewhere around here. It is called Google Camera, and it is currently working. I don't see it as of right now. I believe I had it on here, and as a matter of fact, we have it right here. And we're going to see guys that yes, it's working. And now talking here about the camera, the first thing we got on the front, as I mentioned earlier, is a 2 megapixel sensor. The back is a 5 megapixel sensor. Now, to be quite honest with you guys, the camera on this tablet is not going to be as good as we may think. The quality is actually very poor, and we're going to see that if we open this application. We can see that the front-facing camera, it is, I would say, good for selfies, but it's not good for recording. It's going to be very choppy. Right now, I'm moving my hand quite fast, and you guys can notice that on the actual screen here on the tablet. You can see that it is very choppy, and the same thing happens with the rear-facing camera, in which I'm going to switch it right now. The UI is actually very simple, like any other Android device, but this is going to be mostly good for pictures. Here, let's go ahead and shoot a picture real quick to my little Android guy. And we're going to see, guys, that the quality, I mean, is decent for a 5 megapixel sensor camera, but it's not the quality that we are looking for. I would say that if you guys compare this to the iPad, then the iPad is obviously going to win when it comes to the picture quality. But have in mind that this tablet does have very nice features, especially with the ability to switch from Android to Windows. I think that's actually amazing. This is one of the first products with that ability, and I think that maybe in the future we're going to see smartphones with that same ability, and that will be actually something that I'm looking forward to. Then here we're going to see all the sensors supported on this tablet. There are not many of them. Let's go back once here. We can see that the only ones that we have here is the sound sensor, which is the microphone on the bottom. And then on the top, you're going to have the accelerometer sensor, and that's so that we can play games and whatnot, but this is not going to carry many sensors, as we can see right here. I also got here the Antutu test benchmark, and I got a decent score, I would say. The score was about 32,944, and now I'm going to show you guys all the details that I got. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to show you here the information. This is running the Intel Atom processor. It is the C3736F. It is in fact clocked at 2.2 gigahertz, but here it is claiming to be 1.3 gigahertz. It is a 64-bit processor. We also got here the resolution of the screen and so on. I'm just going to scroll down so that you guys can see the remaining of the information. Here we have the operating system, once again the Android 4.4.4. If you continue to go down, these are all the sensors supported. In this case, we only have basically just one sensor supported because this is not a smartphone, so some of the sensors do not apply for this tablet. And now we're going to be talking here about the 3G connectivity on this tablet. Unfortunately, right now it is not working, even though we have WCDMA 850, 1900, and 2100, which is necessary here for 3G on AT&T and T-Mobile. The tablet does carry the bands, but unfortunately the slot on the back is not working, and as a matter of fact, ONDA released a little memo acknowledging about this issue, and that's why this tablet actually dropped in price. I believe that right now you can find it for about $190 to $180. iBaby might consider bringing down the price because of that reason. The 3G is going to get fixed maybe with a software update in the future. At least we know that we have the ability on the back to install the SIM card. But as of right now, it is not working, and I am connected here to the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi reception is actually pretty good. And the great news is that my Wi-Fi router is on the other side of the house. Right now I am on the garage, and as we can see, the signal is actually pretty good, and the speed of it is pretty nice as well. But before we get to that, guys, let's go ahead and test here the Bluetooth. I have my little Bose speaker, and that's one of the tests that we're going to do. I'm not going to do a camera test this time because, as I mentioned, guys, it's not even worth it. The quality, just take my word for it, is not as good as we may think. So here we're going to go into settings, and then we're going to go to where it says Bluetooth. Let's turn it on, and we're going to be turning on the speaker itself, putting it on pairing mode. And we're going to see, like many other Android devices, it's going to read it quite fast. As a matter of fact, it read it already. So here we're going to pair with it, and let's go ahead and check the quality. As you guys can tell, it is very responsive. And now the reason that we have phone ringtone is because this tablet has the ability, of course, connecting with service and completing phone calls. However, we do not have an ear speaker, as you can see right here, so we had to connect some sort of earphones with a mic on it in case that you guys don't want everybody to listen to your conversations. Otherwise, it's going to be on loudspeaker. Okay, and now that I have this connected here, my Bluetooth speaker, the next thing we're going to do is test the speaker on the bottom of this tablet. As I mentioned earlier, guys, the speaker quality is actually quite poor. Right now, I believe this is max volume. Let's go ahead and check that out here on the side. As you guys can see, I'm on max volume. Some of these ringtones are going to be a little bit louder, but for the most part, it's going to be quite poor, I would say. Okay, now that we have completed the Bluetooth and sound test on this tablet, the next thing we're going to do here is test the multi-touch. This tablet is going to be a 10-point multi-touch, and we're going to see that in just a second. Right now I have about 5 fingers, and now I have about 6, 7, 8 fingers, and as you guys can see, right now it's claiming to have 8-point multi-touch, but it goes up to 10 fingers, so that's definitely a plus. Also, YouTube didn't come with a tablet, so I just went ahead and downloaded directly from the Play Store because it does come with the Play Store, and I believe it's going to be right here. There we can see it, guys. We also got some other Google applications. I believe I saw Gmail somewhere on here. Here we can see already the Google settings. We also got Google Search. We have email and some many other Google applications. And then also we got here YouTube, and YouTube didn't come pre-installed with this tablet, but it is working perfectly well. And now let's go ahead and open it, so that way we can check here all my uploads. And this is my latest video. It was about the giveaway winner. We're going to open it. There we go. The quality, I believe it goes up to 1080p if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, here we can only go up to 720p, as we can see right there, guys. Hello YouTubers, this is Jay from Maji and Jay, and here we can see that all sensors are working perfectly well on this tablet. And there we have the sound quality on the speaker. The speaker, as I mentioned earlier, guys, it is not going to be the loudest out there, so I was a little bit disappointed on that behalf. And now we're going to go here into setting once again. We're going to check all the languages supported on the Android side. We got here, as you guys can see, about 48 languages. I'm just going to scroll down so that you can check them out. This is quite nice. At least we know that this tablet is going to be for international use. If you go here back once, we're going to check the storage available. Let's go here into system storage, and here we can see everything that we got right now inside of this tablet. Have in mind, guys, that this is running 2 operating systems, so when it comes to Windows, I would just recommend getting a higher gigabyte TF card and installing it on the actual tablet. That way you guys have sufficient space. And that's the next thing we're going to do here, guys, real quick, is go ahead and boot it on Windows. Again, we had 2 drop downs. One of them is for the toggles and the other one is for the notifications. Here we can see that we have this little toggle says OS switch. If you tap on it, the tablet is going to automatically shut down, and now it's going to boot up into Windows. Okay guys, and here we can see that right now it has booted up into Windows, and it's going to be the 8.1. If we go here into the desktop, we check here on this folder, we go into where it says computer, and then we check on properties. We're going to see that in fact this is running the Windows 8.1, and here we have some of the specifications that Windows reading on this tablet. You can see that everything is accurate and correct. We got the RAM is 2 gigabytes. This is a 64-bit processor. So maybe in the near future we're going to get the Android Lollipop for this tablet. That's a possibility, as it is currently running a lot of bugs. So maybe they're just working on it right now. I have read a few forums and that's what they specified. So here we can see, guys, that yes, this is the Windows 8.1 and it's actually running quite smooth. I was very impressed to see that. Now, even though I'm not going to be providing a whole lot of information about Windows, at least we can see that it is working. And take my word for it, guys, this is working perfectly well. It was very nice and smooth. The only thing I would just recommend is getting a better TF card on the back, at least 64 gigabytes. That way you guys don't run out of storage on the system. And now to switch back to Android, on the bottom here, we're going to have this little icon. If you click on it, it's going to ask us here if you want to switch to Android or another OS. You select OK, and then it's going to shut down, reboot, and then we're going to see the Android operating system. It is that simple. This is a very nice and simplistic tablet. As we can see, guys, it's very nice and smooth. I would recommend it 100%. Now, the only thing that it will matter here is if you guys are worried about the 3G or if you actually need it, then I wouldn't recommend this tablet because right now it's currently not working until we receive an update to fix it. But the build quality on this tablet, without questions, is super nice. It's one of the best tablets that I have seen. Not the one with the best camera, but the best build quality. Is actually very nice and solid. It doesn't squeak on your hands. It's very nice, just like the iPad Air is. And here we can see, guys, that right now it is booting up into Android. There we go. And now the next thing we're going to do here is just play with some applications and games so that you guys can see the performance, at least on the Android side. So make sure you guys enjoy it. Search for nearest McDonald's.
Here are addresses for McDonald's.
Okay guys, and there we have it for the testing of this tablet, and as we can see, it is performing quite well. The next thing we're going to do here is test the Wi-Fi. As you guys can see, I am connected right now to the Wi-Fi. We don't have the 3G, that's because it's not working currently, as I mentioned earlier. So here we're going to go ahead and open the browser, and right now I have YouTube open. Let's go ahead and reload this page. Again, this is only through Wi-Fi. We got here, let's say dhgate.com. And we're going to see how fast it's going to open. As you guys can see, it was quite snappy. Let's try here ebay.com and see how fast it's going to load. There we can see guys that again the speed is not bad at all, and that's because we're using Wi-Fi and I get about 20 megabits of download speed. So all in all, I gotta say that this tablet is definitely worth it if you guys ask me, and that's because the price is not too bad and also has many great capabilities like the 64-bit processor, which means that later on in the future we have the ability to install Android Lollipop. That's going to be something that I'm looking forward to. I think this tablet is a very nice quality guys. I think that the price is actually pretty good. Even though right now we have the bug where the SIM card is not working, but later on we know that that can be fixed. So far, ONDA has released many great products and I am confident that they will fix the issue. So I'm not actually worried about it. I'm actually worried about the build quality and the overall performance of this tablet, and I think it's absolutely outstanding. And with that being said, here I have my little weight scale so that way we can check the weight on this tablet because it's not very light. So let's go ahead and power on my little weight scale here. And right now it's currently in grams. And this tablet, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's about 512 grams. So it is actually quite heavy. Let's go ahead and check that in pounds. There we go. In pounds, this tablet is going to be a little bit over 1 pound. So it is not the lightest device out there. Like I said before guys, this is going to support OTG, in which you guys can connect one of these and you can hook up accessories such as keyboard, mice, and maybe remote controllers if you guys want to use it for gaming. I might provide a separate video playing games with this tablet, maybe some other games than the ones that I already tested it with, and maybe installing a different launcher. As we can see, this launcher looks very similar to iOS. And I think that I have pretty much covered everything about this tablet, but if you guys have any questions, please don't forget to comment down below. Please like, comment, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.